What's up, guys? Nick here from Comic Culture. It's time to ponder the poll, the comic book look ahead show we do every single month. I'm joined, of course, by Eric from 9 Panel Grid. Eric, what's going on, man? Good morning.
Not too much, man. I couldn't imagine being in a better place with a better person when I'm half awake and maybe not ready to talk about anything or have human interaction.
Yay. Indeed,
Yeah.
indeed. Yeah, we're all chugging down our coffees. We have some early birds in here. Hey, good morning. Thanks for coming in. I hope everyone has a fantastically restful Sunday. Yeah, so far, so good. Of course, we're going to be getting
Mhm.
into some stuff, obviously, later today. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. What's up, Doc? Happy Sunday. Bob, I'm up. Coffee time. Indeed.
Heck yeah.
What's up, Simpleton? Thanks for coming in. Good morning. I saw your New Gods post the other day. I love those little sleeves you put
Dude.
in there, testing out that flex. So good job with all that stuff.
Dude's a mad
Right.
scientist.
He is a mad scientist. I know. My wife actually read Precious Metal and she read the version that he made for me. So yeah, it was really cool. My cats love the little ribbon inside there. So we had to hide that in between reads, unfortunately.
Mhm.
But
Yep.
yeah, they didn't tear it up, luckily. But all right, let's get into it. So again, if you guys are new, we're going to go over to League of Comic Geeks. We're going to go to new comics over here on the left-hand side. We're going to hit all the pop-up ads, even though you have a pop-up blocker. We're going to go to the calendar up in the top, and we're going to navigate to May 6th. And this is going to be all the books coming out in May. We're going to sort by most pulled. So it puts the most popular books at the top. We're going to do regular annuals and we're going to unclick variants because we'll be here all day long if that's the case. So we're going to go line by line. Eric and I are just going to talk about what books we're excited for. You guys sound off in the chat as well. Let us know what books you're excited for, which ones you're reading that we might not be reading, and just, join along in the conversation in the chat as we continue through here. Eric, do you want to kick us off on this first row? See what you're interested
Sure.
in here? What you got?
I would love to. First row is a strong row for me, at least.
It is.
I got Batman. Matt Fraction's doing a fantastic job on that book. I'm really
Mhm.
enjoying what they're doing. Absolute Superman is super strong as well. I think that Rafa Sandoval has to still be on this book as they're doing the Shazam Black Adam kind of look at that character.
Yes.
Really stoked to see what they're going to be doing there.
Mhm.
Come on. You know what the big boy is on this row though. It's got to be
ASM number
Daredevil.
28. You're right. Yeah.
Yes,
So, no.
of course. Yeah, Daredevil.
Daredevil, man.
Yeah, I thought that the first issue did everything I needed to for an effective new premiere issue for a creative team to take over. Where they go from here, totally up to them.
Yeah.
I'll I'll, I'll lean on the optimistic side. I want to see if they can really take this character and do something new and inventive, right? Like, I mean, we know
Yeah.
the lineage of the character and how they've done the baton handoff for them, and I'm hoping that we could take this character to new heights. We'll see. Time will tell on that.
I agree. Yeah. I'm also reading Batman's As Superman and Daredevil. Number one didn't win me over. We'll see what the first arc how that feels like and where they can take it. So I'm optimistic. I was texting you yesterday in Stu, and I was like, I just watched the Daredevil show from this past week. And God, it was so good. So my
Yeah, it
excitement
was.
for the character in general in this world, it couldn't be any higher, and unfortunately the expectation's high too then. So you have to really be careful with that, you know. But
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. And when the book has had so many great runs throughout the years,
yeah,
you have that expectation for the book as well, right? So it's in the zeitgeist.
yeah. What's up, Soup? Thanks for coming in. What's going on? Good day to all. Bob, oh no, X-Men die. Of course they do. They die every other event or so. So yeah, I think everything's
Mhm.
going to be just fine. What's good, everyone? How are we doing today? We're doing good, man. How are you? Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Bob agrees. Batman, Daredevil. Absolutely. Some good ones there.
Yep.
Don't sleep on Superman though. It's gotten really good. I say it's better than it ever has been. After the first arc is where it really kicks off. So maybe, jump around through there, get into the number 6, number 7, something like that, and then just go forward from there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
This row up here, man, it's already starting to thin out a little bit for me. If this is sort of my most popular, it's already thinning out a little bit. But Poison Ivy's a solid run. I'm in and out. I'm back in because of you guys recently, so I've been enjoying the last several issues from that series. I'm not reading Cyclops. I'm not reading Moon Knight. Didn't Moon Knight's editor get fired recently, if I'm not mistaken?
As did Daredevil's.
As did Daredevil. Outstanding. And then we have Ben 10, the Dynamite release, issue number 1. I think this has been a comic before. People fact check me, but it does say, or it did say, oh my God, pop-ups, what are you doing? It used to say in here that it was the first full appearance or first appearance of Ben 10 and then all these other characters. And then it would say Dynamite in parentheses next to them. So that I assume that meant in Dynamite's universe, it's the first appearance, but not necessarily in comics in general. So I know there's Ben 10 people. I was already grown out of that by the time Ben 10 came around, but I'm going to be picking it up, checking it out. So
Nice. Okay.
What about you? What about this row? Anything moving for you?
Poison Ivy is the only for sure book that I'm going to be checking out here.
Right.
Moon Knight, if Flash by Night twists my arm enough, eventually I'll probably break down and read it. I'm already reading Flash, so this is the other book of his namesake that I got to check out. I do like the artist on the book too. So if there's any maybe book, it's going to be Moon Knight.
Yeah, for sure. Moon Knight's been a solid series in general. It's a lot of the same over and over and over and over and over and over again for the past 4 years, something like that. So
all 7 volumes that they've had in those 3-4 years.
Yeah, all that Jed McKay wrote, so
exactly.
Yeah. Batgirl's one of those, but I see Bob talking about Batgirl in here. Batgirl was a cool book in the beginning. I read the first arc, and it just wasn't like one of my favorite books month to month, and so I just kind of fell off of it a little bit. But I appreciated what they were doing. So there's that. What about this row up here?
All right. We got one. We got one for sure. Storm, Earth's Mightiest Mutant. I'm really enjoying what Mireille Ayodelie is doing with the character, making them cosmic, taking them out of the very grounded X-Men, part of it, right? They've made her Avenger, like an Avenger. They've made her a cosmic herald, right? So there's really cool things going on in here. This is for those spec people. This is supposed to involve maybe the lineage of Storm herself here with maybe her daughter. So could be some cool things to maybe whet your appetite for that if you're looking for spec books. Yeah. Okay. Other than that, I don't see anything on this row that's got me jumping in.
I'm not even reading Storm. I tried to because you guys love it, and it's as you know, it's a difficult book to kind of like follow along with.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't do you any favors, but I'm not reading anything else across the top here. So yeah, but this next row here, I don't think I've seen a book promoted more than If Destruction Be Our Lot from Image Comics, and we have Matt Rosenberg on this one. I've never seen more. Maybe it's just my algorithm, but like I have never seen more posts, more interviews that he's done, more publishers putting out posts and reminding you that this book exists and everything. So it's going to be fun to see what this looks like. I'm excited for it. It's got a good design. It's catchy. It's got a cool title. It's a very Rosenberg-esque title. So
yes, it is.
Yeah. So we're going to be checking that one out. Comics the Magazine. I'm just stacking these for now, but I am picking them up. I am liking them, and I don't think I'm reading anything else across the top. So how excited are you for Jubilee Deadly Reunion #1? Go ahead and tell the audience.
Listen, if I'm honest, Jubilee is sneakily one of my favorite characters. I kind of like every character that Wolverine has taken under their wing. But am I going to be reading this? Probably not. This is, maybe not my cup of tea.
All right.
I got to agree with you though. The Rosenberg book, man, it's definitely hitting my feeds all over the place.
Yeah.
It's getting promotion everywhere. And like shout out to Rosenberg too, because that dude is like every time he has a book that's released, I mean, he's doing a countrywide tour. He's hitting up every shop doing signings. Like, I mean, he does the heavy lifting to make sure that everyone does know about the book. So
very true.
Like, yeah. And the fact that it's that high up on the list too, like
row 3 or row 4, not bad.
Yeah, not too shabby, not too shabby. Yeah. So he's doing something right.
Yeah. Didn't the artist from Moon Knight do Paradiso? I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's find
out.
Moon
Knight artist. Yep, you're right. I actually have those. I have the first volume or 2 in my backlog right now. I'm trying to get into those. So yeah, that's cool. Nice. Dark Horses, Only the Savage Are Left. Yeah, that's the Kaplan book, I believe. Yep, that's great. I'm looking forward to that one as well. Marvel is so bad right now. Yep. Yep. I'm down for destruction. Yep. Did comics have a solicit for issue 4? I don't know. Let's take a peek real quick. Issue, yeah. 4 is not final. Has a Superman teased cover, and then there's the not final cover with looks like some Mark Spears action for number 5. So there you go. There's that. We're taking everyone down. Yeah, that was one of my favorite books of the year. I loved We're Taking Everyone Down with Us. It was so good. Want to see internal art on the start. Yeah, for sure. I also want to see more of those 11 by 17 artist edition, soft cover, work in progress, whatever you want to call them, editions across all publishers. That would be amazing for me.
Oh yeah, for sure. Those are awesome.
Yeah. All right, Eric, what you got up here?
Ooh, Savage Sword for sure.
Oh yeah.
I'm enjoying everything in the Conan universe, right? And I think who's the creative team on this one? I know we've had a couple issues with Roy Thomas.
It looks like Jim and Gil.
Jim and Gil. Okay. Yeah, color me excited then. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Yeah. And it's kind of funny too. I'm getting the reforged editions, right? The reprintings of the old Savage Swords as well. Dude, this Savage Sword is still better though. Like I'm not taking shots at the old
It's a different time.
reforged version. Well, but the quality of the book too. Like I'm talking, like they use the glossy paper as opposed to the newsprint and stuff like that. It's like, man, just make it feel old like it is. Like you're doing the right thing in the real Savage Sword. Do it on Reforged.
Doing the Reforged, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just makes sense. But yeah, Savage Sword might be the only thing on this row as well. Let's take another look here.
Yeah, we have the Energon special, maybe.
I'm totally checked out on Energon, if I'm being honest, man.
You're not reading Joe at all either? You're not doing anything anymore?
Joe would be the one that pulls me back in, but Transformers lost me after D-Dubs. Void Rivals never had me, so
me too.
Yeah, if it we got this Guy Gardner one shot. If there's room on the pull list for that week, which there may be,
it sounds like there will be.
Sounds like there will be. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, Savage Sword is one of the best books on the shelf month after month. Energon Universe, I got 1 foot in still with G.I. Joe. Transformers I am reading, but I don't know if I've read the most recent issue. And then Void Rivals I stopped probably 4 issues ago. It was just too much going on. And but I'm interested in like Mask. I'm interested in the universe in general still, but I like the more grounded approach, which is probably why I gravitate towards Joe and not Void Rivals, because Void Rivals is just so out there with like gods and prophecies and warring factions. And I'm just like, hey guys, we got to simplify it a little bit for this popcorn type comic,
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, anyway, yep, I agree up here. I'm not reading anything else. This next row, I am grabbing all these official guidebooks for Ghost Machine. For the number 1, I got all 3 covers. I think I did that for number 2 as well. I did it partly out of like speculation, but at the same time, I really enjoyed the other covers too. But part of me is thinking now, I'm like, okay, they're $4 a piece, get the store discount. That's 3 covers per issue. There's probably going to be 3 or 4 or 5 of these. So that's going to be a lot of books if I get all 3 covers across the board. I'm going to have a short
be honest, though, you're like Walter White over here with your Florida hippopotamus and Tigress Island money, right? Like your floorboards are just lined.
Oh, my White Sky money. Yeah, it's through the roof.
Exactly. Yeah. So you can afford all 3 covers of Ghost Machine.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Yep. But nothing really up here is blowing me away. I tried Muppets. I didn't love it. I'm out of House of Slaughter and all that stuff.
Well, so are they though. This is the fall of the House of Slaughter. They're speaking to you.
They're trying to kill it. Yeah. But I'm not, Star Wars Rogue One, it's not really moving the needle for me. Nothing up here, man. What about you?
Dude, I'm right there with you. Ghost Machine, which isn't even a comic in itself. It's the guidebook. It's all the characters,
it's
and
the page
stats and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So good row, great row, awesome.
Yeah, continue it here. There's at least one.
There's definitely at least one. Speed Racer.
Yeah,
dude, Speed Racer keeps getting better and better. Like, and it started off really, really strong. Yeah, man.
With these Lonergan covers?
Oh god. And I didn't realize that they were connecting covers either, which now is driving me crazy because that's going to be amazing. Speed Racer, it is. I think that it's in parity now with Space Ghost. I was a bit like, you got me to be a big fan of Space Ghost. Now I feel like they're neck and neck with quality. Like I'm enjoying each one. Yeah. equally.
Yeah,
Um,
I heard Stu say the same thing, and I still hold Space Ghost like well above it, but it's still Speed Rush is still a very good book.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, other than that, I don't see anything. However, I did hear that there's a new creative team taking over Miles Morales. This isn't the issue, but sometime in the near future, I'm gonna be a
Oh yeah.
sucker. I'm gonna dive into it when it actually happens. But yeah, for this row, Speed Racer is the only one for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. And yeah, whenever they do another shift on Miles, I'll definitely check out the number one. I like Miles as a character, and so
Yeah,
I always give it a shot whenever it pops back up. But it's just I don't stay along for very long because it's just not great, to be honest. So
yeah,
over
I
here,
guarantee he gets grounded and he has troubles in school and he can't balance his superhero
that's
life
the
with
thing.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
the thing, man. He hasn't been around for that long, but he's adopted all the same problems and tropes as Peter, and
yep,
we're already over
exactly.
that. Or we're over those, right? So like,
Yeah, and Peter
don't
can't mature from them.
right, and don't put all those that same baggage on Miles, a newer character, So
Yeah.
whatever. Mm. Royals number two. I liked issue number one. It was fine. It's just maybe not a story I care about, but it was interesting still. So if you're into like gambling and superpowers and dynamically opposed brothers trying to team up to take on the odds, that might be a cool book for you. Dog Tag is another interesting book from Mad Cave. So this one's a Mark Russell book. It's obviously a war kind of a title. So I'll be, anything Mark Russell does, I'll check out at least because we're big fans of Mark, friend of the show. And
Mhm.
yeah, it seems like an interesting book. But I don't think I'm reading anything else. So maybe Dog Tag is only for sure. Royals might be depends on the week kind of a thing.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're one ahead of me. I'm on Dog Tag all the way. Obviously, Mark Russell really enjoy his writing. Royals, though, how are you at the poker table? I'm curious because me, I suck. I'm terrible. I know the game, but I'm more in it to get out of it. Basically, I'll make stupid bets,
I,
and yeah, it's more for the
I
social aspect of it for me, which makes me the bet like everyone's favorite player at the poker table.
I just started a class on how to count cards. Like it's not a class, but like it's an online video of how to like count cards for blackjack and poker and things like that. I just started though, so like there's a trick you can learn. Name any for like blackjack white. Name two cards of any type and suit. Go ahead.
Just like name them:
Yeah, just name them. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
seven of spades, eight of hearts.
Seven of spades, eight of hearts. I've heard of both of them.
Is that the trick?
Yeah. It's the I just started. It's what day one of the class. That's a Rick.
Oh boy.
That's a Rick Glassman joke. Let's keep going. What about this row here? What do you got going on? Anything?
Oh, Nick. No, no,
All right.
not anything.
Well, guys, that's it for us. I hope you enjoyed the video.
We enjoy comics, by the way.
We enjoy
Um,
comics.
yeah, no.
Okay,
I'm trying to find some kind of like silver lining behind any of this.
but
There's
nothing.
only one. No, okay, two number ones, but Lady Mechanic has been around forever, so that's not really a
It's just
number one.
another one. Yeah.
Yeah, same thing with Redstone. Yeah, so
So Astoria I liked issue number one actually from Oni. I didn't mind that one. So this sounds like a week of just second chances and new things, right? So
mhm.
I might be reading issue number two. I did enjoy the issue number one. There's a lot going on there, but
Yeah.
that's it, man.
Well,
There's
and the
nothing.
thing is too, we're coming off of the fifth Wednesday of a month as well. So it's usually like that last Wednesday
Oh, are we
and the
really?
first one of the next
Mm,
month. It's like you're splitting it in half. So I'm not surprised to see what we're seeing so far.
right, right. Yeah, Dog Tag, TMNT, Black and White. Yeah, you talk about the Journey stuff
Hmm.
potentially. Yeah. We'll dip back into 2080. So I got the Alan Moore hardcover collection. Zero experience in that area. So that's good. That's going to be a rainy day book in the future. No idea. Absolute Green Lantern was so popular. Maybe it's low key worth checking out in a trade. I think it started super super slow, and maybe it's gotten better. But I dropped it before the first arc even finished. Same with Flash. So maybe those books have gotten better over time. No idea. But Pizza Detective. I had some pizza last night. I was a pizza detective on some Domino's last night. Yep. Hey, bad ideas coming, E. Get ready.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah. Slightly after the first trade, in my opinion. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Maybe we can just do a scroll. So let's just do that. Nothing up
Yeah,
here.
nothing for me. Keep it going.
Now we're going in the reprints.
Yeah, we got the Panini version of Absolute Batman Annual. Come on,
Astro
you're not fooling
Quantum.
anyone.
Never got into that. Yeah. Mega Ghost. No. Panini. No.
It's
All right.
more of a
I'm gonna
Super Ghost fan myself, so
sure. All right. I'm just gonna do this. Okay. Next week. Boom. 13th.
okay. So, wow, that was
Hey, do the
man.
honors, man. Do the honors. What a turnaround already.
Okay, yes, very strong top row here. Absolute Batman. I'm excited to see what the Robins are going to be capable of. We saw their introduction in the Absolute universe, and now maybe we're going to see this big Voltron mech thing that they're going to be taking care of business with.
Sure.
Absolute Martian Manhunter. We're this close to the end, and it kind of sucks. I'm gonna be bummed when this goes away, man. It's like
Yep.
we need weird, right? Like, I mean, and there's not enough weird comics out there. You don't want to get too many of them because then who knows, whatever, your brain melts. But
Yeah.
but we have just enough here with Absolute Martian Manhunter. So Ultimate Endgame. Are you still gonna read it?
I don't think I read the third one. I don't even know where I am in this. I'm reading proper. And I don't, I see so many spin-offs for this series right now. I don't even know where we're doing. It's like, the end, and then we have Endgame, and then we have these other one-shots coming out, and then we have Ultimates, and I'm like, I'm lost already. I don't even know where we are, what we're reading, what we're doing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What a bizarre way to end this universe, man. It's just, such a bummer.
Actually, I read number 3. Didn't like spoilers, guys. Spoilers. Didn't Ultimate Peter, he got wiped out in the third issue, right? Just nonchalantly?
Yeah.
No ceremony, no damn near between panels. Just erased what Hickman did.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Okay. What else?
Oh, what else? Let's spoil some more books here. That's it for me. It's gonna be those 3 for my contenders. One of them just being like a hate read at this point, unfortunately.
I know. Yeah, I'm with you on Abs Bats. Obviously, with the Robins coming in, it's going to be great. Martian Manhunter is one of my favorite books. We only got 2 issues left, 11 and 12. Transformers, I might read in the background. Ultimate Endgame, I'll flip through it just to see what the highlights are, probably, but I'm just waiting for that universe to be over. Not reading Action, not reading Uncanny, which is so weird to say.
Uncanny was the strongest X title, though. I will say that, but it just the world building within the X titles just didn't do enough for me to keep me as like enticed as the Krakoa time.
I agree. Captain America, nope. Something's Killing Children, number 47. Looks like a callback to cover number 1. Interesting. It's probably got a you-know-what cover. Oh my gosh, it doesn't. No Frizzen, so therefore it's not on my pull list. Interesting.
It saved you some money.
It did save me a few bucks. Yeah, TMNT number 18. Having a dumb good time with this story. I don't know what the next arc looks like, but I'm having some fun with this one. Just trying to figure out what Splinter's doing and the powers that enable that, and the people that want to steal it and take over the world with it. Iron Man number 5. I don't know if I read number 4. I don't think I did. I think I already fell off of the book, to be honest with you, but I might flip through it, see what it looks like. I know. I just don't care. There's just too many stories and too many things where it's like, we either need to capture Tony to do something, we need to find the next Tony, we need to do something, we need to build a copycat armor, which is what they're doing here. It's like everyone just tries to be him or replicate what he does, and they use it against him. It's like, guys, that's never worked. And if it did, it was temporary. And you got to figure out a way to take on Tony Stark as a villain. I don't know what that means. I don't know what it is. I'm not a writer. I'm not creative. So, but it's like this character's been around too long to do the same things over and over against him. That's my take on it.
Hey, everyone in the chat, welcome to Sunday mornings, where we get real about comics and we're not afraid to hold back.
Yeah, this ain't Nick at Night. This this ain't on the pull list. Wolverine number 20 and Spawn, not reading either one of those. So basically Turtles in this row is what I'm really looking forward to. What you got?
Dude, Captain America. I feel the way you feel about Iron Man with Captain America. I just said it in my review.
Mhm.
I read the last issue and it's like the foundations for a cool story are there. The
Yeah.
bones are there, but it just feels lifeless. It feels like it's not the voice of Captain America that is driving this storyline. And
Mhm.
it's less so for that. So I'm really bummed about that. Iron Man, though, I'm having a really good time with Iron Man.
Yeah.
Again, like experiences differ, right? So I'm not saying that there's a
Sure.
right or wrong opinion on that. I really dig what's happening here, and I think that it's a more original take than what we've seen previously.
Okay.
You gonna you gonna play Magic here? You
Oh, we
gonna
got some magic variants. Vigilance, put 1/1 counter on each artifact, creature, and/or vehicle you control. Ooh, it's tap. And 2, remove 1/1 counters from artifact you control. Draw a card. Oh, interesting. It's 3
there we go.
costs, 2/3 with vigilance. Interesting. Okay,
Trying to think
sweet.
what the mana would be. Like I could see like Namor's, Atlantis being like the water, arena and stuff like that.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. You're talking about your lands. Yeah, gotcha.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you
Sure.
can't draw out cards without your lands, man.
You could do
Yeah,
Hella, like her, like HEL, her hell for like swamp. Maybe not swamp. Maybe that would be like
I'll think
swamp thing.
mountains.
That'd be green though, but that's DC. So that'd be weird. I don't know. They need to do a crossover magic set. That'd be great.
There you go. TMNT is definitely the standout for me, though. I'm glad. I feel like we're at the end of like our storyline that like we got the brothers back together with Jason Aaron's run, and now we got
Yeah,
Splinter back into the fold with this run right here. So it feels like this is going to be the end cap, and then we're going to be jumping off into something from here on out. So I'm glad we're
agree.
kind of putting the end cap on that. We got the family back together. Now let's see where they go.
Indeed. Yep. Uh, I don't know if I kicked it off or you did, but you go ahead and take this row. There's got some bangers here too.
Sure, we got some good ones. Yeah, Geiger is an awesome book. I really enjoyed what they've been doing here with the Northerner and Geiger being together. The last issue, really surprising, really slow, really
Mhm.
introspective kind of issue that we've seen that
Yeah,
we haven't seen actually from the character of Tariq Geiger. So pretty cool seeing that. Now I do want to see them jump back in and like jumpstart the action on it again.
yeah. Melt some
Um,
faces and stuff. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Let's bust out those batons and start beating people.
Mhm.
Bleeding Hearts. Bleeding Hearts is the most Vertigo-y Vertigo book of the relaunch.
For sure.
And I think it's stronger because of that. Now, yeah, I feel like issue 3 was a little bit more of the same as what we got from issue number 2.
Mhm.
So, again, so similarly, I wanna see them jump into something new. Let's further the storyline. I feel like I have a good understanding of these characters, so we'll see about that one.
Yeah,
Firestorm. Firestorm was a really strong introductory issue that I really wanna
it
especially for a
was.
character that I have no background on. I had a
Mhm.
really good time with that, and I'm always trepidatious about Jeff Lemire's superhero big 2 work. This one really worked for me. So, yeah, those would be the top
Mhm.
3 on this row for sure.
Yeah, me too. Geiger, Bleeding Hearts, Firestorm. Yeah, definitely standout issues for that row.
Mhm.
The next ones would be I'm actually Dork's growing on me. I was really cynical about it because of all the hype and whatever for issue number 1 and all the reprints and all the craziness that was around that. But to be honest, it's a decent story. It's got some good characters. It's got a good foundation for something cool. So it's in the same world as like I Hate Fairylands. It's in the same world as Kanto. So it's not the same world, but the same genre in a way, but it has like that
Mhm.
Scotty Young flair to it. So if you like that kind of stuff, you're gonna dig this one. If you like barbaric with talking swords and bloodthirsty swords and whatnot, and the banter between characters, it feels very familiar and it looks pretty cool. And it's very cartoonish and it's got decent writing. So yeah, I'm along for the ride for the foreseeable future for Dork. It's a pretty good book. Nothing else. I might check out Barbara Gordon Breakout
Ah,
#1.
come on, it's DC
Uh,
Next Level. You can't skip that one.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm just curious about it, and I'm also afraid they're just gonna put next level on everything, like, and that's what they're gonna do. So I don't know
Yeah,
what the legs are for this character versus like Deathstroke or Batwoman or Lobo or whoever else, right? I don't know if Barbara Gordon
it's
goes 20 issues. No idea.
it's written by Mariko Tamaki, though, I think,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Okay,
Sure.
yeah. I'm really selling it for you.
Yeah. I mean, I'll read it. I'll read it, but I don't know if they have plans for this character to go 20 issues. You know.
What if I told you issue 21 has a Jenny Frison variant cover?
I would say you have a magic 8 ball because I can't see that far into the solicitation. But I'll get it.
That's
I'll get it.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Okay, we got you on issue 21.
Breakout. Yeah. I hope so. Flash, we already covered Moon Knight. You can go back.
Yeah, where were you, dude?
He's gonna pick it up. Don't worry. Bleeding Hearts is excellent indeed. Yeah. All right. How about this row here? What looks good for you here? I got one, maybe. I got one. I got one.
Yeah. You know what? You got one more than me. Go ahead. Tell the people why Null is just so good. It's Marvel's best book right now.
Thanos is back. They killed him and he's back again. That's why this book is good.
What's this book called?
It's called Thanos #5.
Thanos #5. Got it.
This is a misprint. You don't have to worry about that.
Good to know.
I mean, like it's huh?
He used to be very dark, and now he's very light. What's happening here?
He kind of gave up the dark because Hela siphoned most of his power out, and he doesn't really have it anymore. My cat just jumped behind my bookshelf behind me in the corner, which is gonna be fun because there's no way out of there. So he basically thoughts and prayers. So he basically Hela's siphoned all of his power out. Now he's wandering the cosmos at a fraction of his power, trying to find artifacts and more power to then, obviously get his control back. Then he was reminiscing on his original battle with the All Light, in the avatar for the All Light, whatever that person was. And then he found the All Light sword / spear. Then Thanos beat him to there, and Thanos had the Chitauri army. And so then he eventually overcame Thanos because he used the darkness within Thanos as a weapon to kill Thanos. It gets really weird. And then he goes to some planet where like the All Light were originated, and there's Eddie Brock as this new avatar for the light. And then he fights Eddie, and then he takes him over, and then he absorbs that power. And now he's like the light god, but he also has the darkness inside of him. It's a whole thing.
Sounds like it.
But Thanos is back now. He was gutted, like intestines spilling, things blowing up out of his head, and left for dead in an abandoned planet an issue ago. But now he's fully healed and apparently stronger than ever. And he's on his way now back to Null. I got better. What do you got? Nothing, huh?
Dude, I got nothing. Well, maybe I jump into Spider-Man Brand New Day.
I did order this because of the call for help. The call for help resonated with me, and I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'll get the first 2 issues. Why not?
Yeah, there's a lot of hubbub about that call for help, and like I don't mind it. In fact, I appreciate it. Like, get out there, spread the word, do the work, tell people to order the book. That's I hate to say that's your job, but you market your own books.
Right. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I mean it's like on the 5th row to your point, U0. You want to read Null bad, but what? I just gave you the recap, so you know what it's all about now.
Yeah.
Just saw the notification. Hit that bell notification to be alerted when I put out future videos.
Ding, ding, ding.
It's so sad that rolls off the tongue so quickly now after all these years. What about this row? We talked about Space Ghost already. We both dig that. So.
Yep. Yeah. Space Ghost is the one on this row here. Had to dip out a Ghost Pepper. I have a feeling it's still doing everything that it was doing previously really well. I just wanted something more out of it. There's just a litany of fun books out there and not enough, I don't know, books that like you remember years and years later.
Yeah. Just started Witchblade Darkness, General Cow read through, so expect me to be excited for those in the future. Is it what you think it was? Like, did you have expectations going in about like depth, art style, main focus? I would imagine that it's very visual oriented, if you know what I mean.
Dude, Witchblade and Darkness, the only problem is that I've already read all those stories. They're not doing anything different than their late 90s, early 2000s iteration of those characters. Right. It's just that they've already done it, so they're able to do it in a more concise, compressed manner. But I was really hoping that they would do something really significantly different with them.
Yeah. G.I. Joe is growing on me. Yeah, Real American Hero is pretty good. I do some spot checking on that every once in a while. I started back up when they redid it, like in the 302 area, I think it was. It was good stuff. I doing that and Energon at the same time. felt duplicative, even though it's a different thing. And so I didn't continue with Real American, unfortunately. Yeah, Near Zero's. So Near Zero, yeah, you're holding down the Ghost Pepper front for us, so that's good. What about this row? I mean, I didn't read Tigress number 2 because I didn't like number 1. I sold my number 1. I didn't read. I didn't read Doorstep 2 because I didn't like number 1. And then Blood and Thunder I dropped after the first arc. So like, man, nothing up here either for me.
I'm right there with you. Tiger's Island dipped out. The artwork was so cool looking, though. There was something really awesome about it. But the story just didn't tell me anything. And again, like it's the same thing I was saying. Like we have a lot of fun books. We need some resonant books. Is your cat going to survive back there?
No, he's not. I'm gonna do this. You can see 2 rows. Filibuster for me for like 2 minutes while I get him.
Okay, I'll talk. Man, what a 2 rows you gave me here. Yeah, so Tiger's
Yeah.
Island.
Good luck.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, we need more thought-provoking books, right? And maybe that's just me and my pretentious nature as a comic book appreciator, collector, reader. We haven't gotten a lot of that. I've been thinking about it a lot, looking back at the comics we've gotten so far, January through April now. And man, like there's been great books, don't get me wrong, but I can't say that there's anything that really stands out above the rest that says I'm the book that is like defining what good comics make in 2026. That's a bummer for me. And we're more than a quarter of the way through the year. We're coming up to the halfway point of the year. Something's got to stand out. And I'm waiting for one of these books to really jump out at me. Tiger's Island could have been that from an artistic standpoint. It wasn't though. There's a lot of opportunity out there, and I feel like we have pivoted from a retail perspective to, I don't know, to a more speculator driven kind of narrative, and that's a little bit of a bummer for me as a person who really enjoys reading these books, right? It's not about the spec for me. And it is for some people. I think speculation is a good healthy part of the market. We need that. It's just maybe the pendulum has swung a bit too far. Nick, thank you for scrolling.
You're doing
here.
so good.
Yes.
You're doing so good.
It's honestly, you could have kept going here. I'm still waiting to find a book that I can talk about.
Well, let me relieve you because I know you just got done talking a lot. My cat's still back behind the thing. I just cleared the top part of it so he can at least jump on there and get down, but he's being very stubborn. Let's see. So let me recap here. So the Forge is the book I actually been reading from the beginning. It's only 10 issues in. This series has been going on for years now. I have all of them right over there. It's a pretty cool story. Some space chicks beating stuff up. Let's see. Innards number 1, maybe. Ignition Press has some pretty cool things. So I might check that out.
I might, yeah.
And then the Olympus Saga Megalith number 1, a lot of cool covers. This one actually took the interior pages and made variant covers for them. And there's like 30 different ones. It's crazy. I've never seen this done before. These are all variant covers.
Oh, interesting.
It goes on and on and on. And then there's incentives.
Oh.
So it's pretty interesting things.
Oh, yeah. Bad idea. You silly publisher, you.
I know. Yeah. So I did grab one of these, check it out because it was kind of cool. As we keep going though, Arcadia number 5, I'll be getting into that. Nothing really else across here. So just shout it out, man, if you got something.
Well, what about the Conan and Dragon Arrow?
Nah, I got enough. I think I'll yeah. I mean, if I can get my hands on it, I'll check it out.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know
Somewhere
who Dragon
Jim
Arrow
Zub
is.
just like shed a tear and he doesn't know why.
He's fine. He knows I love him. He's good. Okay. I don't know what Dragon Arrow is. I also have to learn that. And yeah, I actually didn't order it because I read it and I thought it was something different, and so I kind of regret that. So if it's on the stands, I might check it out. But yeah, you're right. That's a book that I should have had on my list. Nothing else though. Maybe Hidden Springs, Dark Horse number 1. but I don't
Dark
know.
Horse is going to get real weird real quick, and they're still kind of working with the Mike Richards backlog of things that they had ready to be published. But now that it's owned by a big conglomerate and they're running the show, it's going to be interesting to see how things change for them.
Yeah, yeah. As we keep going though, Destination Kill #1 I have on my pull list. I know that. I know I have Murder Drones on my list because my daughter's really into Murder Drones. This is a special. I don't think it's not continuing the Murder Drones. This isn't issue 3. This is like the home origin story one. So we're going to be opening that up and criticizing it, comparing and contrasting against the YouTube show. So we're going to have a lot of fun with that, but nothing else across here either besides Destination Kill and Murder Drones for me.
Yeah, Destination Kill is probably one that I'm going to dive in and check out and see what that's all about.
Mhm.
Nothing else here. I missed out on Gaston #1 and 2, so I'm really kicking myself, unfortunately.
Did you make it? He made it. Look at him.
Thank God. Thank God. We really could have milked it, be like, super chats to save the cat.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, well, I got to see if he broke anything. I think my Infinity Gauntlet's good. I think my Elder Wand is good. I think Mjolnir and Eye of Agamotto is good. And I think Stan the Bobblehead's good too. So if anything broke, I'll pull it out a cry for help for super chats.
There we go.
So stupid. All right, we're in scroll territory, dude. Let's just see what we got. Just shout it out, man, if you see something exciting. Comics, action, detective. Nothing.
Yeah, these are all almost all reprints.
Let's keep going. We got 2 weeks left. I know you have a hard out, as they say in the industry, in about 17 minutes or so. So let's go through these. Absolute Flash. We talked about Absolute already. This is not a series as exciting as the other ones, but it may have been better. And I feel like I want to get into it one day and check it out. But Absolute Green Arrow, something I'm very excited for, and Battle Beast. I'm on issue 42 of Invincible. So
wow, you're flying.
I'm trying, man. Some when I get in that groove, I'll knock out 4 issues in a row. But I'm loving Invincible so far. I have the compendiums, and so I'm almost through the first compendium right now. Yeah, excited to continue that. We're starting to build out the Viltrumite roster. We haven't been introduced to a whole lot of those characters, maybe 2 or 3 so far, and they're kind of like here and gone kind of characters. But I feel like we're going to start establishing that world a little bit more, and I think some of those folks are going to be showing up in Battle Beast because we got a hint of them in the previous issues. So yeah, just basically Green Arrow and Battle Beast for me.
Yeah, those are the for sure ones for me as well. Stu's been talking up Nightwing again, though. He's back on that book, and I was telling him the thing that kept me off of it was the artistic qualities when Dan Waters' run initially, started. Now Dennis Cowan is drawing the book, and I'm like, dang, maybe I got to get back on this. I've always enjoyed the character of Nightwing, though. I thought he's just a really cool character. So it might be time, especially seeing what we've seen throughout the month of May so far. Maybe there's no better time to check out Nightwing than right now.
Okay. Yeah, Flash is saying that Absolute Flash 13 is a great place to start. So a couple issues ago. Okay. That makes sense after the second arc. All right. What about this row for you?
Let's see here. Lobo, big dumb fun. Dare I say elevated big dumb fun though. I feel like it's it looks in the mirror a lot, and I really appreciate that for it. But really it's Jorge Corona's artwork, dude. It's just like it's so incredible. Crazy good.
Variants are nice. I love the variants too. The variant covers are great.
Yeah, Lobo is just like a really fun book, man. I'm enjoying the heck out of that one. Batwoman, I'm pretty sure I'm done. Like I'm over it. So Lobo might be my only one right now.
We have an interesting comment here. Any thought on the writer for Absolute Green Arrow? I would agree. There's nothing super exciting on the writing front for that book for me. I've read a few things from Pornsack, and I'm like, I don't know. We're gonna see what's going on there. I think in general the Absolute line. I think Scott Snyder and Kelly Thompson and Jason Aaron are they're well. I think they have the assignment. They knew the assignment better. I think Scott Snyder knew the assignment better than all of them because he probably helped craft the entire idea behind it.
Yep.
And everybody else is just kind of playing catch up. So like if you read Batman, if you read Wonder Woman, if you read Superman now, compare that to Flash and Green Lantern. The approach to storytelling, the high stakes, the speed, the introduction of characters, the grittiness, it's night and day between Flash and Green Lantern, and then the rest. So I'm wondering what approach Green Arrow is going to take. The character certainly implies that it's going to be dark and gritty and everything, but like, what's the pace? We all agree that if you've been reading Absolute Batman, it's pedal to the metal, fast paced action, bringing in characters constantly, two issue story arcs, just going fast. Everything else is kind of like, oh, that's what weird. It feels like Flash and Green Lantern were like, oh, that's what we were supposed to do, like on issue 4 or 5. Like they didn't get the memo. That's what it feels like to me. So Absolute Green Arrow, I don't know where they're going to go, but I hope it's going to be fast paced. It's going to be fun and match the tone of Batman and Wonder Woman and Superman. But what are your thoughts there? Anything else?
Yeah, so I was listening to Off Panel, and he just did an interview over there, the writer on this book, and he seems really stoked about it, and that makes me
Yeah,
excited for it. But I'm in the
sure.
same boat as you. I read Man's Best. I read The Good Asian. I tried to read Exquisite Corpses, and nothing really hit for me. So I want to give it a shot. I love the character of Green Arrow, and I think that this could be a very interesting take on him, especially knowing that he was a billionaire in the DC proper universe, and now he's we don't even know if it's Oliver Queen, but if it is, now he's hunting billionaires. So
Mhm.
there's cool stuff that you could be working with there.
Yeah.
It has the bones for a good book. Will it be a good book though? Check out our review video to find out.
Yeah. I kind of agree with this. I mean, same thing about Tom, but I think Thompson, in my opinion, had some bangers before Wonder Woman, and then she was teamed up with one of the best pencilers in the game, right? So
Mhm.
she had, and she knew the assignment, and it came out alongside of Batman and Superman, so it had all the hype, had the Trinity hype behind it. So some of these books are going to come in the second wave or third wave, I guess, at this point, and kind of ride the coattails of success. And hopefully, they got the assignment down and they understand
Yeah.
what's going on. For me though, so yeah, Lobo's good. Batwoman, I'm hanging on for. I'm going to see if that number 3 issue is the one that's going to help explain what's going on. I'm lost though in that book, but I'm along for the ride. And then Joe is my favorite Energon book right now, so I'll be reading Joe going forward.
Nice.
Yeah, I like everything going on there. Nothing else though there. Deathstroke Terminator number 3, solid book. I think it's probably my favorite next level book so far
Yeah,
because
same.
I think it does everything right. Does the art right, does the story right, has the emotion right, has the action right. The other books don't have all those elements. They have really good one and not the other one and whatever, right?
Yeah.
So, and then Weapons of Armageddon, I'm going to be digging. I'll pick up this. Actually, I got number 3. I think I got the ones coming out this week, but I think 3 is going to be an issue where it's like, do I want to keep reading this or not? Don't
I was
know.
thinking the same thing too, man. I was
Right.
struggling. I was like, man, am I gonna add this or am I wasting my time?
Yeah. I'm not sure. And then I'm
I
not
don't know.
reading anything else.
Punisher honestly has been sneakily pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dovetailed off of the Red Band miniseries that we got that brought the character of Punisher back from the Jason Aaron time. It's a little
Hmm.
bit slow right now, but it's still early on too. It has enough that it's doing right that wants to keep me invested in it and see where it goes.
Yeah.
We'll see though. There's a lot of cool things going on in the background with the character of Jigsaw kind of taking over the power vacuum of the
Yeah.
crime landscape. So
I
we'll
liked it.
see. We'll see where it goes.
I don't know if I read all 3 issues so far, but I think I've read at least the first 1 or 2. And I liked what I saw. It wasn't like, oh my God, you got to be reading Punisher, but it was like, okay,
No.
it's fun, it's exciting, it's gory, it's what you'd expect.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
I got to be honest, I'm over this look though for Punisher, this like black spandex with the white highlights. I know it's classic and it's nostalgic for you guys, but like for me as a more modern, started reading in the last 11 years or so, 12 years, it's like I'm kind of over that look. I need something a little bit different.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to it. Some people would, though, as we saw with Jason Aaron's run.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Brilliant run as well. Thoughts on
Yes.
Williamson as a writer? Feel like his work on G.I. Joe hits differently. Yeah, it just depends on the property and how they can, and the editorial stuff on it, right? So like, I'd imagine he has full reign on whatever he wants to do on G.I. Joe, and he can tell the story he wants in the way he wants to. And writers that different properties pull out different things from them, and they can make it more natural and flow better. And sometimes you have to pull that out of you a little bit more, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
I will say this though, Superman, awesome. Iron Man, awesome. G.I. Joe, like what I've read of it, like was
mhm,
awesome. The only
yeah,
reason I dropped it was not because of quality, was just because I had too many books on my pull list and some things get the axe. But
yeah,
man, I enjoyed what I read and you continue to enjoy it. So
yeah. Speaking of continuing to enjoy it, what about this row up here? Got anything
do, do,
you're
do, do,
psyched for?
do.
Just a couple, maybe.
Ultimate Impact Reborn. What the hell is that? I don't and by what is that? I don't okay, you clicked on it already.
Chris Condon. We have Caselli. Come on
Stefano
now.
Caselli. Yeah, okay. Maybe this is gonna be
Let me see.
what those origin boxes do.
Pff, okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
Okay. Yay. Alias. Alias is
Yeah.
doing it. It's totally working for me for the character of Jessica Jones. Ready to see that continue. The the characterization and the banter and the back and forth between Jessica Jones and Typhoid Mary totally
Mhm.
works for me. That's the only definite one. You're gonna twist my arm enough to get me to read Catwoman fairly soon. It's
Oh,
bound to
you need
happen.
to.
So,
Yeah.
see,
It's such
exactly.
a good book. It's a good book.
Yeah.
But you
So
gotta go
those
back
would
to
be the ones.
84, though. You gotta go back to, like, 83, 84. You can't start here because 'cause that'd be dumb. So you gotta go
You
back.
don't tell me what to do. I do what I want. Yeah, those would be the two books for sure. Maybe I'm a glutton for punishment and I jump into Ultimate Impact Reborn.
Yeah, I mean, so far, man, this month looks like a month for, like I said before, new stuff and second chances, so maybe, but
Yeah.
Catwoman's solid, man. Catwoman's a solid book. It's got great interior artwork. It's got good writing. It's feeding the nostalgic part of my brain as well. It's very year one focused. So a lot of stuff that goes on there in that era. There's that like we take that and we pull it forward to present day and we play on it. So it's fun stuff. But I'm not reading anything else. I wanted to read Alias Red Band, but I didn't get into the number one. All of a sudden, we're on number three coming up soon. So it's one of those books where it just kind of got away from me. But I had intention to read it though.
Man, that's yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's okay though. There's room for it. I think as much as I would have loved to dip out on a spectacular row, I think
yeah.
it's
You
my
got to get
time
out of
that I
here.
need to head out here. Yeah, so gotta go take care
Absolutely.
of business. Been
Thanks,
a
man.
pleasure hanging out with all of y'all this morning though.
Yeah. All right, man. I appreciate you. Go see on the poll list. We just put it out this morning. So go over to 9 Panel Grid and go check out his reviews, man. It's some good stuff. Thanks, man. Thanks for coming in.
All right, man. See y'all later.
See ya. All right, let's continue our rows here. So we have Odin number one. This was an interesting book. It's actually from James Tynion. So if you're into James Tynion and some of his work, we have a new Image number one coming out. Not too familiar with the writer, with the co-writer on this or the artist necessarily, but it's got some cool design on it. It's heavily published or heavily advertised at least. So yeah, we're going to be seeing what this one is all about. Odin number one from Image. So what do we got here? Near Zero, Sirens from Tula, connecting covers, decent story too. Okay. Yeah, I never got into that. It has a very like Rivals look to it, doesn't it? Yep. Jumped into comics with Williamson's Flash. Yeah, that was a good place to jump in for sure. Thought he did good things. Yeah. I mean, everybody does decent things on from time to time on whatever they're on. There's definitely some lessons learned coming out of those for some of the creators. Love the Odin cover. Yeah, I like that too. I bet you could do some pretty cool things with that, man. I would imagine. End of Life. That's a book I was reading. I read issue number 1 and 2. Didn't love it from a Vertigo perspective. Thought it was fine for just a Kyle Starks book, but not from a Vertigo point of view. I know issue 3 really ramped it up. I missed that issue. And then we have issue number 4 coming out. So I know folks are liking End of Life. I just didn't love it for that Vertigo point of view, I suppose. And not reading anything else. No Gunslinger, no Shredder. We keep going. Moonstar, number 3. Number 1, I think, had some of the most editorial notes I've ever seen in comics. They had so many little points where it's like, well, go back and read Thor, and then go back and read this, or go back and read something else. And I'm like, man, this is a number 1. I shouldn't have to do homework to really understand where we are, what the character's doing, all that stuff. But yeah, I was really kind of disappointed on the approach to number 1. I wish it was fresh and didn't rely on previous work and understanding of how that played out to really enjoy number one. And then I just didn't read number two because I had a bad taste in my mouth for issue number one. Got to get caught up on Shredder. Yeah, I'm reading just TMNT proper, and that's enough for me at the moment in that universe. I already forgot there's an X-Force book. Did I even pass? Oh, there's this one, Inglorious. Yeah, I know. There's so many Marvel titles out. Their focus is saturation, not quality. That's kind of how that works. They just want to have the majority of the books out, not necessarily the best books out. I think that's, pretty obvious at this point. So, and it seems to be working for them to some degree. And then if it doesn't work, they'll just cancel it on 5 issues, right? So whatever. We have Rockefeller's issue number 0. Interesting. Is this going to be like a Bold New Era Begins? Picks up the pieces after disappearance, deadly foes. Why is it a 0? If this is it feels like a continuation, not like a, hey, let's go back and let's talk about an origin story of some kind. Interesting. I don't know. That's kind of weird. Of the Earth. Are you talking about a book, or are you talking about? Oh, yeah, you're getting ahead of me. Let's get into it then. Yes, I am getting that. So we have Chris Conan on this one. Usually, whatever Conan does, I'll try it, especially if it's independent stuff, if it's or Image and whatever. Yes, I will be getting to that one. We have Charlie Adler on this as well, so very famous writer artist. So yeah, I'll be reading this one. I know they sent out some early copies to some of the shops in digital format. So I have that. I haven't checked that out yet though, but I'm excited for that one. So yeah. Thanks for the call out there. Appreciate it. Skipped out financial thing. Might go back and grab it. Yeah. But I mean, it hasn't even come out yet. So yeah, you can hear the reviews, see what's going on. Are you guys reading Dimensional Rivals, Psy, and Nectar still? I'm interested to see what your guys' thoughts on Nectar is. I didn't read issue number 2. I didn't love issue number 1. I thought it was a cool design and cool artwork, but the story did not grab me at all. And it was kind of repetitious for an issue number 1. It didn't really take me places. So I'm not excited for number 3. I didn't read number 2. So let me know what your guys' thought is on Nectar if you're reading that one. And then Psy, I think, is a sneaky good book. It's very episodic, but what it has going for it is it has a lot of guest writers and artists on it. So it's not just Peach. Peach is doing some of the covers and stuff, but we have Ramos over here. We had Jim Mafood previously. We had Phil Noto. There's so many cool guest spots in here. So basically, Psy is going to different dimensions. Every time she's in a different dimension, she has a new writer and artist, and they're depicting it in their unique styles. So it's really great from a visual point of view because you get to see something new and fresh multiple times in every issue. It's not just the one issue. It's multiple times per issue. So I think as a collected edition, it's going to be a great piece, right? Because it's going to have so many different people collaborating in it. I think it's a sneaky good book. Like the story's fine. Like she's on a heist mission or, she's on a go fetch mission, right? Trying to find some stones for magical purposes. But I think the way they're executing that book is very fun because there's so many different people involved in it. Hey, what's going on? Thanks for coming in. What's happening? Hope you're having a good day so far. Waiting on the trade for Psy. Yep. Sounds like a bad idea. Indeed. Yeah. And then Narco number 3. I read number 2. It's fine. This team doesn't really do it for me anymore. And it's an okay book. It's a book that's going to be about serial killers and having some dude trying to help the police find the serial killer because he took out his girlfriend. So yeah, that's where that book's going to be heading soon. Now the Hab issue number 2. So issue number 1 was really fun. A lot of great people on this one. Sienkiewicz is even credited, but I think he only did 2 or 3 pages to the very back of the book. So that was kind of disappointing. But it's interesting. We basically have this billionaire guy who built this habitat for his close family and friends, and they had to go to it because the world's going to hell. And there's this I don't know if it's more like a curse or something like that in the water supply or just the foundation at which this habitat was built. And that's what Sienkiewicz kind of covers. He plants the seeds for this curse or something like that, this poison in the land. And so it's starting to affect the people now as they're isolating themselves in the habitat. So it's turning into this horror book, but it had a lot of drama thrown into it in the front half of this as people are getting acquainted to just being isolated and having to work together. And so, yeah, now we're going to have to deal with this zombie kind of aspect to it too. So it's pretty interesting. Not reading anything else. I hear Super Creepshow is doing interesting things with some different creators. We have James Herron on this one. I feel like it's a book I should be reading, but I'm not. So we have Herron on that one. We have Gary Duggan on the last one. We have Marv Wolfman, but we also had this great homage cover here. And then we had, who was it? Karen Gillan was a writer previously as well. So it's got some cool talent on this. I feel like it's a book that's just slipped off my radar. And maybe I'll go back and check that one out at some point. Yeah, trade waitlist. It's probably a good spot for it. Reading it all together would be great because you get to see all those things, all those different creators hitting it. What else we got? No Thundar, no nothing else over here. Smile, Murder Podcast, Dick Tracy, Last Ship, Star Trek. Nothing on this row either. This is kind of criminally low. Usagi Jimbo Kaito 84. I almost made this my pick of the week. I didn't because Wonder Woman was so good and it had a lot of cool revelation in it. But Kaito 84 is really solid. Basically, it's a 1984 Usagi, part of his bloodline. We're following that person right now. He's in the gangs. He's doing some heist stuff. Incredible interior artwork, very painterly style. There's an artifact that they're hired to grab with their Ocean's 11 kind of a crew. And of course, there's other forces also trying to get this artifact. And so he interacts with this artifact and gets sent back or sees visions of Usagi, like Stan Sakai Usagi, from the past, telling him something's going to happen very soon. So he's reconnecting with his heritage inside of here. But like the visual storytelling is insane in this book. And so the story is becoming more interesting as well. So criminally low on this list. So is Racer X. Racer X is a very solid book, very complimentary, obviously, to Speed Racer. And this is the Mark Russell book that is out, number 7. I think this is going to end in number 8, if I'm not mistaken. It's a pretty solid book. So if you want that complimentary book to Speed Racer, if you're into that world, if you're all in, check that one out as well. Not reading anything else, though. Neighborhood Watch. Number 1 was fine, but it's not a story I care about. I don't care about the characters, and I can imagine where the story would go, and I just don't really care about it. Ignition Press. So everyone loves A Jewel Thief, probably the highest profile book from Ignition Press, just because it's Tim Seeley, Arian Campbell, and we have Jordi Belair on this. And I liked it. If you like heist books, if you like detective stuff, if you like criminal books kind of things, you might want to check this one out. So Ignition Press, they put out so many books, but this one probably has the biggest creators on it, and it's pretty solid, number 1 so far. So yeah, I would check out Everyone Loves a Jewel Thief if you like those crime genres of comics. Pretty solid. We have Death Fight Forever in this next row. It's a fun book. There's not a whole lot of substance. It's full of humor. It's full of nostalgia. It's got it's very fast. You read it very quickly. It's a $4 book. So like you can draw from it some chuckles and things like that, but it's not going to change your life as far as like substance and story point of view. But you are going to recognize so many little bits and pieces of the story as you're reading it and be like, oh, that's like this game, or that's like that movie, or this is like this, So it is a like refreshing book from that point of view, but it's not a book that you can read for like substance and that. It's just a fun comic. It's just in that kind of category. It won't change your life, but it'll make you smile. And then Zorro number 1, I think we have Howard Chaykin on this one in Fornes. So I don't know if I put this one on my list. It's from Alien Books, a little bit more obscure publisher. I don't know if I put this one on my list or not. So we'll see when it comes out. Not a huge Zorro fan, but like, I don't know. Depends on the week. Might check something out as we go. What does this row look like? Diablo. Big fan of Diablo in general. I've been playing it for pretty much my whole life, but I never really got into the comics. I thought I had intention to get into number 1, but I just didn't. I think Colin Bunn is on this. And so, yeah, maybe I'll check it out one day, see what's going on. Barbarian Behind Bars. I think this was Jason Aaron, right? Wait, no, not Jason Aaron. He had a different book. He had the other one. So Muty was on this one. I liked issue number 1 enough, but I didn't like it enough to go into issue number 2. And so Barbarian Bars? Question mark. Bob, do you like it? Let me know. And sound off. Definitely checking it out. Yeah, I love Zorro as a kid. Sure. Yeah, I love the some of the movies and whatnot in the past. So there's that. Eric, man, he's back now, probably in the car hanging out. Yeah. Still in the fence for 2080 subscription. I really want that. I know it's one of those books where it's like there's such a legacy behind it. It's kind of like heavy metal or something like that. There's such a legacy behind it, but I just don't have any familiarity with it outside of just knowing that it used to exist and people loved it. So, but it feels kind of daunting to jump in. Does that resonate with you too? I feel like that's where I am with that one. I like the idea, but I haven't pulled the trigger on. But yeah, exactly. It kind of reminds me of the first Thor movie where he's basically locked up and people don't know how to contain him, and he's trying to like figure out the world and the people and his place in it. That's what it reminds me of. What else we got going on here? Let's keep going. Henchmen, Skyclad. What's going on here? Space Riders. Nope. Kill Switch. Nope. Oh, this is fun. Sigourney Weaver. God, these ads are killing me. Female Force, Sigourney Weaver. Look at that Ghostbusters homage. That's pretty fun. I don't know what this book is. What is this book? It says it's comic. That's the solicitation comic. It's got more variant covers than it does characters in the description. WTF. Nordic says WTF. Agreed, man. The bad thing is that it'll probably sell a couple copies. That's fun. We got Critter, we got Jungle. Let's keep going. Zodiac. Nope. There's that Invincible thing. All right, last week, Absolute Wonder Woman number 20. Really enjoyed the last issue. Suicide Squad, Zatara. We had so many. We had Zatanna in there too, teaming up with Diana in a way. Now we're dealing with this like robotic contraption that's like a last resort kind of a thing. And so, Diana's gonna have to do whatever she can do to take that on. I really enjoyed this. I like this arc much better than the previous arc, where she's kind of going through the catacombs and she's finding friends and things like that. I enjoyed this one. This one has more action, more recognizable characters, having Zatanna in there. So I really dig what Absolute Wonder Woman's doing. Hush, I don't care anything about. Detective, not reading. The Ultimates, I'll read it just because it's that foundation book. But like the endgame stuff, I'm kind of confused, bored, not really interested in it. We've already covered that topic already. But yeah, I'll be checking out Ultimates for sure. Continuing that. Not reading Superman, not reading Justice League, not reading Void Rivals. I dropped that one as well. Zatanna, I am excited for. I would have preferred Jamal Campbell to not be back on this book because we already got that book. He's already done his work. There's 5 or 6 issues on the previous Zatanna arc. I would have liked to see somebody different come in to give it a different look and feel. We know this is going to be chaotic. We know it's going to be insane. It's going to be very ancillary cast focused probably. And it's going to maybe play, hopefully not into like the family drama like his previous run did, but maybe he's able to pull something else out. We got a crazy Gilliam March variant as well. He did a Zatanna. He did an absolute Zatanna thing previously. So that's really cool. What else we got? We got Infernal Hulk issue number 7. Now, Infernal Hulk, they're taking on... Infernal Hulk's about to take over the entire world. And so Tony Stark's pretty much the only person that can stop him with his Iron Legion and his Hellbuster armor. Looks like we're going to get some magic into this one, some Cyclops. I think he's going to take on the X-Men in this next issue, as far as I remember. So that'd be kind of cool to see like what they can do against this force. Yeah, we got more magic variants here. Let's check out this magic card real quick. So it's a blue, red, 2/3 from the future. You can't cast Spider-Man 2099 during your first, second, or third turns of this game. This is 2099. Okay. Double strike vigilance. Being your next step. If you play a land or cast a spell this turn anywhere other than your hand, Spider-Man 2099 deals damage equal to his power to any target. Other than your hand. Okay. So it deals 2 damage. Interesting. Okay. I need to get back into Magic. I feel like I'm missing out on that one. All right, what do we got going on here? Slowly sliding off Justice League, not too bad, but I don't know, kind of nothing. Yeah, I know. Those team books are hard, man. I agree in Zatanna, especially since I don't think Campbell is a great writer. Super art. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. I think he's a good writer. I think his story structure needs to be better. I think that was my problem with the previous one. I know you don't like it, but I love her. No, Harley's one of my favorite characters of all time. I don't like the approach in the last few years with the character. I don't like the outfit. I don't like the voice. I don't like the approach. Things like that. The back one, I love it. I think, yeah, the inking for sure. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good one. Hang on 1 second, guys. Sorry to disappear like that. We had some cat drama again. Man, these cats are killing me this morning. Lord, I need Eric. I need you to come back in for a minute so I can get this cat figured out. What else we got? Century number 3. I read issue number 1. I thought it was okay. Yeah, didn't pick up on issue number 2 though. So we have issue number 3 coming out. I want to go back to Harley Quinn real quick. I love the covers. So there's this one Gilliam March homage. I think that's really cool. I feel like there's gonna be a set of these. There was an absolute Batman one as well. There's some pretty cool Harley Quinn covers out there. So, props. Yeah, family first. Filibuster. Cat break, man. So the cats never used to get on top of my arcades, and they didn't care about the shelves ever. And in the last 2 weeks, it's all they care about. They don't care about the window anymore. They don't care about anything. They care about those damn arcades and getting on the shelf. And it's just like they knock everything over. This black arcade right here, it's literally a trap door. It'll fall through into the guts where I have all my mechanics and stuff, all my PCB board and everything. So like they'll fall through that, and they don't know that. They're dumb. And so if I don't get over there quick enough and they step in the right spot, it'll literally just go and they'll fall right through. It's a poor design. It's my problem. Are they boys? One is the one that was causing trouble is, yeah. The other one, the real fluffy one, that's usually on my lap. She's nowhere to be found, but she's usually in my lap all the time. And then he just gets in trouble. He's a pain. Is that, yeah, dude, it's been that time for like an hour and 15 minutes, man. Thanks for coming in, Omega. Appreciate you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yep. It's cat break stuff for sure. All right, let's keep going. Escape number 7, one of my favorite books of the year last year. Get the trade, get caught up. It's incredible. Love this book. Remender, Acuna, both of them doing some of the best storytelling of their lives, I think. It's an incredible book, and you need to check it out. It's really good. So I couldn't be more excited for Escape. Hyde Street, solid horror book that just goes year round. Great cast of characters. The way that their stories the way that their stories combine, the way they play off of each other, the legend, the lore behind all of them. I think the approach is really good. They're developing a really solid cast, and they have an interesting world built around them. So that's a great place to start. So this is a book that can go on forever because of that, right? We have a lot of characters at play. We also now found a kink in the armor, essentially. Like Hyde Street is essentially a prison for these characters. How do we get out? Well, we thought we knew the proper way, but there's backdoor ways that we're exploring right now. And so there's going to be some pushback on like the scorekeeper or whatever that runs Hyde Street. I like the idea of it. It's pretty cool. Peril, Brutal, Dark, Ezra Mystery number 4. Love this book. It's a Indiana Jones style book. It's pretty solid. If you like crime, noir kinds of things, check it out. It's been pretty good. I liked issue number 3. I think issue number 3 is a step back, but it did a lot of world building. So it's cool. But Condon, man, he's on like a third of these books that we're looking at right now. But Jacob Phillips is part of this. Cool variant covers. I feel like we have the foundation for that Vertigo vibe, but we haven't really leaned into that just yet. But I'm enjoying the ride so far. I know it's going to get into that. So that's cool. I didn't skip Peril of Brutal Dark. Oh, good. Good for you, man. I don't think you should. I think it's a solid book. Both great writing, great art. Swamp Thing 89, number 2. So this is the Rick Veitch Lost series, essentially. It was either protested or something. It never got to see the light of day. And so we have issue number 1 coming out this coming Wednesday, which is really Swamp Thing like 88 from 1989. They're calling it Swamp Thing 1989 number 1 to make it confusing. So it's going to be, I don't know if it's a continuation of that. I mean, it obviously is numerically, but like story-wise, I don't know if it's starting a brand new thing. I wasn't reading Swamp Thing back then. I don't know. I'm getting caught up in that area, but this is going to be something to look forward to. This one here, and the continuation of this run in general. So yeah, we have at least 4 issues coming out. The lost issues of Swamp Thing from 1989. I'm excited for it. I'm interested. I kind of agree. I mean, I get that. I get that. And I've covered this many times before, but like I have a certain story expectation for Vertigo books. And it's not, most of the titles that have come out so far for Vertigo, like have that feel that I would expect, but some of them are taking the more modern approach to like sci-fi fantasy. That's probably not the best word. But like Bleeding Hearts, for instance, is a book that I would expect to exist in this era. It works in the Vertigo banner, but it doesn't feel like a Vertigo. It feels like a Vertigo book to me, but I have little experience in that area. Something like End of Life, it's like that doesn't feel like a Vertigo book at all. Like, why does it have that banner on it? I don't know. Ezra Kane so far doesn't feel like a Vertigo book, but I really enjoy it. So like maybe I have unfair expectations on the vibe of the feel of a Vertigo book in general. And some of these titles are hitting that and some aren't. I feel like we have Vertigo books that exist naturally more now than ever, probably in the last 5 years, maybe more than now than ever. And I feel like if you just slap the Vertigo title on there, it'll either work or it won't. I don't know. Does that make sense? I have no idea. What's up, dude? Thanks for coming in. Hope everyone's having a good weekend. Absolutely. So far, so good. We got blue skies. It'll be about mid 80s, low 80s, I think, today. So that's pretty cool. Got some rain on and off yesterday, but got to wash my truck, which is great. Thing needed it for sure. Yeah, I think, yeah. And who knows, man, you know? Yeah, DC. Yeah, exactly. And that's fine. And that's fine. But let me know. So like, what is your guys like? If you had to explain what a DC Vertigo title was outside of DC creator owned, like that's a given. What does the DC Vertigo banner mean to you from a story? Like, what kinds of stories would you expect out of DC Vertigo? Slice of life, cape and cowl, horror, supernatural, demonic, sci-fi, fantasy. Like, what do you guys expect to see? And what kinds of books do you not expect to see in a Vertigo title? And more importantly. All right, let's keep going. Conan the Barbarian, number 31. Love this run right now with this new character. What the heck is his name? Son of Tooth. I know it was something weird. Really quick origin story, and like it doesn't necessarily make so much sense. It's got familiar tones from like Cain and Abel, things like that. But this character has grown up very fast, and we understand there's ties to the cult of the Black Stone. And now we're up against Conan, and we got to see like that stalking issue in the previous one. And so I'm anxious to see these two clash. Now, I mean, like he's not going to kill Conan, of course, right? And he might end up dying at the end of this issue, or it might just be something we put back on the shelf for a while and somebody picks it up in 10 years. Either way, I liked the character, although it's a really quick introduction and a really quick, like throw it in front of Conan as fast as we can kind of approach. But I've still enjoyed the character and the build up around him. So pretty cool character. Let's see. Right? Is like their A24. Sure. Yeah. But like, so I guess my point is it like stories that are mostly weird, abstract, supernatural, leaning horror, but not necessarily more thought-provoking. Like, is that a fair, rough definition of what DC Vertigo should be? Or should it be funny? Should it be over the top? Should it be satirical? Should it be lots of action? Should it be not introspective? Something like that. Cape adjacent, weird supernatural stories. Think to yeah. So there you go. Exactly. Like it's more off-brand kind of stuff. It might, right. Because those characters were very, they're supernatural grounded or based. They had a lot of drama around them. It was introspective. There was lots of drama and conflict. There was lots of action, but it was also, those characters have a different feel to them than other characters. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I need to get into this more. Yep. It's Alan Moore adjacent. Sure. Yeah. All right, let's keep going here. So we talked about Conan. What else we got? Doom Quest #1. I'm kind of doomed out, to be honest. Don't tell Stu. Just don't tell him that I'm doomed out. Although, didn't he share? Where is it? I thought there was a Panosian cover. Am I wrong? Which one was it? Vermida. No, it's not reaching it. I could have sworn there was a Panosian cover for Doom Quest. Maybe I'm wrong. What did he share? He shared something. I can't remember. Yeah, Scalped. Yeah, that's a book I know existed, but I never got into that one. Criminal, Scalp. Yeah, Criminal I'm getting into. I really enjoy Criminal. I love the interconnectivity of it all. It's like Sin City. It's perfect. Hard R when R was hard. Yeah, for sure. All right, Capes #7. So Capes, I read issue #1. Let me go back right here. So new story arc. Didn't the #1 for this, wasn't that just like a remaster? Is that right? Long out of print, reintroduction. So my question is, when did this go from reprints and reintroductions to brand new stuff? Representing for issue #2. Okay, so what's #3? Reintroduction. Do you guys know, like, when did this go from reproductions to, or maybe it still is reproductions, representing? Again, is that just in general, or is that this issue? When did it go from that to like, this is all new stuff that we haven't done in Capes before? Or is that the point of this? Yeah, just sound off if you know the answer to that. Because like I said before, I'm reading Invincible now. So now I know who a lot of these characters are. I didn't know before. The first are, okay. Okay, that makes sense. Knowing that, I want to go back and read all of Capes. All right, I have to do that. Corpse Night #2. I liked issue #1. I like the idea behind it. I enjoyed the art. I enjoyed the storytelling. I think it was very fast paced. I think there was some, just a couple little pacing things. I would have drawn this issue out a little bit more and leaned into certain things. I think they just went right to the punch. Like by the end of the first issue, we have to introduce the characters, the landscape that they're in, some possible threats. We have to understand the lore and the magical part of this. We have to kill the father. We have to resurrect him. We have to make him a guardian. It's like, damn, that's a lot of stuff in the first issue. And they did it. I would have liked 44 pages maybe for #1. It's 32 pages for #2. What was it for #1? It was 32 for #1. So it was even extra sized for $4. Man, props to you guys, man. 32 pages, $4 cardstock. You know what I mean? So I'm glad it didn't feel like 32 pages. I'm complaining about pacing and drawing out the story. But when you have 22 pages, 24 pages, then things fly by. But 32, you gave it some extra time. I appreciate the effort. I would have loved 44 pages, though. Props to the team, though. It's a pretty good #1. Seasons #10. I really enjoy Seasons. I mean, if you guys watched for a while, I dig that series. Remender Azaketa on that. I like it. I like Winter. She's taken over the scene right now. Summer and Spring, her sisters have to infiltrate, relieve her of this possession, and kind of get their family back together. Not reading Wonder Man. I could care less, honestly. I'm not watching the show or whatever. I don't even know if it's out. I don't really hear many people talking about Wonder Man. It's off my radar. Spider stuff is off my radar. Phantom of the Opera, I did get number 3. I didn't read number 3 because I'm in the mindset that if I haven't watched the movie recently, I'm not going to enjoy this comic to its full potential. So I want to go back and I want to rewatch the movie. Because this is a good companion piece for that. So, and that's the theme for these Universal Monster books, in my opinion. If you haven't watched the original Invisible Man, don't read the comic. If you haven't watched The Mummy, if you haven't watched even Frankenstein, if you haven't watched what was the other one, Dracula, just skip these books for now. Buy them in trade, watch the movie, read the comic, because there's such good companion pieces. There's no point in reading the comic. You'll pull whatever you want from it, but you won't have that additional context and understand how cool it is and how they've woven those stories together. That's just my thought. So I did skip number 3. I'm going to watch the movie. I'll buy it in trade, and I'll come back to the single issues, or come back to this comic when I do that. Fireborn number 2. I read number 1. I didn't know how connected it was to Lost Fantasy because I'm not reading Lost Fantasy, but I enjoyed number 1. A lot of great 2-page spreads. Great from an art point of view. Didn't feel lost, but there's obviously things I was missing because it's a spin-off series. So, if you're reading Lost Fantasy and you like that, you have to be reading Fireborn, I would imagine. Viking Moon, I'm not reading Planet, not reading Gotham. Hornsby and Halo, Twitch. No, I think we're kind of winding down. Hippopotamus Cocaine Man, if you guys watch my reviews, it's kind of wearing me out. Maybe it was because it wasn't really focused on our heroes, mainly focused on the villains, but I'm kind of like, there's a lot of quippy dialogue, and it's kind of all over the place. And the story didn't really progress in issue number 3 like I would expect. So we'll check out issue number 4, see where it goes, and I want to see how many issues this is real quick. So we have 4. Final issue. Okay, yeah. So there's just 1 issue left. So yeah, I'm not going to give up on it right there. So everything. Oh, okay. So was canceled after 3 issues. So canceled. So announced, but then it finished its first arc, which is the first 6, and then 7's the new stuff. If I'm piecing all these comments together. Okay. Viking Moon is solid. Yeah, I read issue number 1 a long time ago. I feel like that issue. I feel like they should be on issue 10 by now. I read issue number 1. I thought it was okay. Is Ted okay? Yeah, Is Ted okay is a trippy book, man. It's crazy. Yeah, that's on my poll list. I'm excited for that one. In Your Skin. Yeah, In Your Skin was a good one. I didn't love it as much as like Robbie and Eric did. I think it's a deeply personal book. I feel like there's a lot of random anecdotal scenes in that book that don't make sense to me. Yet you're still understanding who the characters are. There's some fetishes in there that are a little bit shocking and kind of took me out of the story a little bit. And then I didn't quite follow what was happening in the first issue. When I got to the end of the issue, I'm like, wait, did she swap? What's this like Clayface thing going on? Like, I missed that whole thing. It was a very grounded fantasy kind of a book, but not fantasy as in like elves and dwarves, but fantasy in the sense that like there were dreams and things like that, like having fantasies scattered throughout it. And then high expectations for meeting this character and everything. And then it didn't really happen. There's a lot of mental breakdown scenes, things like that. And then all of a sudden it turned into like this trippier possession kind of a book, or maybe taking the place of kind of a book. And it didn't really work for me. So I really respect Aditya Bidikar. So I'm going to be reading this book going forward and seeing if it makes sense over time. So I liked it, didn't love it, but I trust the team enough to continue reading it to see where it goes eventually. Yeah, so then we have Berserker, Light Draws Breath, number 1. I really enjoy most of the Berserkers things. So I'll be reading this one. And we have Rubik doing the cover on this one too. I like the idea and the approach of Berserker. It's a classic immortal person kind of a story, but I like their approach to it. It's cool. Scene of the Crime, which is a sort of a proto-criminal book Brubaker did at Vertigo. Yeah. Yep. So Robo Wolf, yeah, man, you guys are pushing me to the next row. Let me finish this real quick. So this, nope. All right, well, yeah, it's time for it. Quiet Place. I think when does number 2 come out? We're already talking about number 3. Oh, 2 comes out this week. Great. So I dug Quiet Place. I like the movies a lot. I thought number 1 was pretty good. So I'll be reading number 2 if I can. I think I pre-ordered it. Get my hands on it. Maybe the shop has an extra copy, and I'll be getting number 3. I dig it. Robo Wolf is so much fun. So in the world of nostalgia, classic vibes, satirical writing, quippy one-liners, it has all that, but it also has just some of the most crazy good interior artwork from Jake Smith. We met Jake Smith over at Heroes Con. We got to flip through some of his pages, very affordable pages. And yeah, he's kind of like a diamond in the rough kind of a dude. So if you can meet him, very nice, very approachable. He loves to talk to people. He's got great portfolios full of stuff, and you can pick up a piece for not too much. So yeah, he's definitely a guy. Like next time I see him at a con, I might try to set aside some funds because his artwork is great. Anyway, so it has all those cool, nostalgic, great writing, but it also has some good substance as well. Like you care about the characters. They go through insane things, and now it's kind of like best friends against each other type of things. The problem with this book right now is the last issue came out when? October 29th, and now we're May 27th. So we were May, then we went June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. So it's like a quarterly book. But then we have a July 1st for Robo 4. So it looks like they're going to tighten it up at the end, but man, it was like a quarterly release leading up to it. That I think it's going to kill the momentum. Not that this book had a lot of momentum across the board for everybody, but I think it certainly didn't help the people who were reading it. There is a trade and solicitation already for this. I would say just get the trade. Especially if you haven't been reading this yet. Get the trade. It's a good book otherwise. So it's not coming out in July, I bet. Yeah, yeah, that's a good point. It may or may not. Who knows? Spirit of the Shadows number 5. I was really blown away by issue number 4. I've really enjoyed this book so far, but like number 4 did a lot of work with the pages it had. I'm going to go back and see how many pages it had real quick. 32 pages, $5. Okay. It did a lot of work with those pages. It told a lot of story. It brought a lot of pieces together. It's setting us up for success for a conclusion of the run. I really enjoyed the how 4 was handled. So, great series. If you like the creative team, if you like Ziegler, if you like Cagnetti, you're really going to like this book. It's got some really good visuals and it's a pretty cool story. Everything else up here I'm not reading. I'm not reading Beauty. Pretty Hate Machine. Yeah, I read number 1. It was fine. Tim Seeley, Ryan Onan. It was all right. If you like horror books, you might be into this kind of thing. I'm not the biggest horror fan. It has to be a very specific type of horror for me to run. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think it will in the right crowds. It will. It's not going to get like critic success or anything like that. But I think we're good. Yeah, sorry. Let me go back here. Oh well, yeah. I mean, that run is Winter Soldier. It's like that's one of the classics of all time. Yeah, we have a video in the works right now for that entire run. Me and Eric and Stu, Ink and Insight production. Yep, we're really excited about that one. It'll come out sometime. I did check out Kill All Immortals when it first came out. I read the first couple of issues. I couldn't get into it. I know it's going into like a second arc or something. Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, second. Yeah, it's already 5 issues into the second arc. I know he's very proud of it, and I'm happy for Zach from that point of view. I read, like I said, the first 3 issues or so. I just couldn't really get into it, and but I'm excited for a lot of his things coming out. So, yeah. Then you missed a big twist. Of course it did. Well, that's what happens when you drop off on issue like 3 or 4. Bad Thoughts from Ignition. I wonder if I got it. I usually pre-order a lot of the number 1s. So I wonder if I remember this cover. I don't remember if I pre-ordered it though. Yeah, I mean, it's got a cool like look to it. So we'll see. Yeah, yep, there you go. I mean, a good cover helps. It gets people to pick up the book at least. Murder Drones number 4. We covered Murder Drones already. My daughter loves the series on YouTube, and we love comparing it to the book. And she always freaks out when it doesn't match 100%. This is an interesting one. Creature from the Black Lagoon, black and white special number 1. I don't know about that. No shade on Matthew Roberts, but I don't think visually this is the book to do this with. I don't know. This also feels like remember I was talking about the Absolute Universe and how I thought that the Flash and Green Lantern, they didn't get the memo of how the Absolute Universe should work as far like from a pacing and storytelling point of view. And Scott Snyder has the most idea of like how this should work, but everybody else is kind of like playing catch up to what his idea is. And I think that's fine. I feel like, unfortunately, Dan Waters and Ron V didn't get the memo on what Universal Monsters should be, because I think, keep me honest, every single other Universal Monster book went back to the original story or a version of it, and they played behind the scenes and between the panels of that story and focused on some other characters to complement the original work. This one was like, let's tell a story about the Creature of the Black Lagoon later. It's going to be a sequel. It's going to be its own thing with new people. It's going to do its own thing. So it's like, why did you go in that direction? Why couldn't you go on to the Creature of the Black Lagoon, play with that same story, and then tell us a story that happens in between all those moments? That felt like you didn't get the memo. Or maybe it was just a creative choice to head in that direction. I don't know. It didn't work for me, is my point. And I don't think a black and white version would work. Oh, yeah. So, I mean, yeah, it's well known, my criticism for this particular story. It's funny. 51, number 3. When's number 2 come out? Does it come out this week? It has to. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this was a cool book. Kirk Pierre's on it. We got Jock. I liked issue number 1. We have issue number 2 coming out. We have 3 coming out at the end of next month as well. It's a pretty cool book. Area 51. A lot of the technology gets stolen. We have some misfits that were running the show. The storage facility, trying to catalog all this weird tech. It gets overrun. It gets leaked out. And now we have to basically save the world against people who have alien technology. It's cool. Yeah. Oh no. I mean, that would actually kind of be cool to see that. But I don't know. There's other books I would have preferred seeing in black and white. But, whatever. If they can sell some copies and the team can make some money, I'm all about that. That's fine. I'm not a Youngblood guy. Don't care. Aladdin, AD. We talked about AD a lot. What else is coming out? Exploit, no. Honor and Curse number 3. I mean, again, number 2 must be coming out this week. I did like this one. I need a little bit more. It's a guy who's basically possessed with some ancient spirits. He was like a samurai, and now he's taken advantage of his internal life in the modern day. He's gotten super wealthy. He's secluded himself, and now some old rivals are starting to take out people in his extended family tree, trying to destroy his dynasty, essentially. And so he has to basically tap back into those spirits and use that power they imbue him with to get revenge on the people trying to mess with his extended clan and family. So there's all of that. Jock, not Jock. Is there a difference in the pronunciation? I'm stupid, so you got to tell me these kinds of things. Yeah, not CK. Yeah, right. Yep. Free Comic Book. You know what? I feel so disconnected from Free Comic Book Day. I think in the years previously, I've done like a whole video on, hey, this is what's coming out for Free Comic Book Day. And I didn't do that this year. I don't even know what's coming out Free Comic Book Day wise. No clue. I will be at my shop, obviously, and working there Friday night, helping set up and do all that kind of stuff. And then I'll be there all day Saturday, hanging out. So, go support your local shop this coming up Saturday. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of great deals across the country. Get you some free books, and hang out. Nothing else up here for me. R.L. Stein, nah, probably not. What else we got? Exordium number 2. Didn't love number 1. I thought it had some cool things in it, but I don't think it was a good story for number 1. There's hardly any story at all, to be honest. It was a space heist mission, and it was an escape kind of a thing. And I didn't quite get an idea of who the characters were or what we're doing or who's the good guy, who's the bad guy. So I don't think it was a great number one. I know it's a big world that they have, and I'm sure it took a lot of time to build that world, but it was a very odd choice to start with the way they started this series with issue number one. You have no sense of who the characters are, who's who, and so I think that's a mistake. I think that you need to give people some information up front, and then you can put in your twists and turns and your striking things a little bit later. But I needed a little bit more of an introduction to the story. I don't think I got it, but it's a good looking book. I'm sure it can go places, obviously, but didn't love issue number one. What else we got? Nothing up here. Nothing up here. One last trick. Devil in the Herd. Did I miss that? I don't know what that is. Oh, right. Invader. Interesting. Mike Perkins. That's not like the Mike Perkins, is it? Let's go back. Maybe. Look at all these credits. Feral Trees. By the way, this Poison Ivy Swamp Thing, Feral Trees that came out in October of 24. Solid book. If you see it, check it out. I really want a series with these two characters together because why wouldn't you? It sounds so obvious. And Perkins and Spicer usually team up on some stuff. That's what I was trying to figure out, if that was the Mike Perkins. So yeah, interesting. I was kind of off my radar. Thanks for shouting that out. I don't think there's much more, but we're going to do our due diligence real quick. Let's just go through, see if anything else pops. Rivals, Daredevil. No, I think that's about it. Cool, guys. Well, I appreciate you coming along with me, taking a look at May. It really helps me, at least, just kind of see what my poll lists are going to be looking like, see how much time and opportunity I'm going to have for some backlog reading, potentially. So, like I said, I am reading Invincible between things. So basically, my routine right now is I get all my books. I get them a little bit early because I work with the shop and everything to help me prepare and read. So I usually get them over the weekend and whatnot. And then I can read through and finish that pretty quick and, put my thoughts together for Nick at night and whatnot. And then I usually just hit the backlog halfway through the week, Thursday or so. And then, I'm reading Invincible right now. So having a really good time with that. And I appreciate you guys coming out, spending your Sunday morning with me, get your chores done and prepare for the next week. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate everyone coming in here and hanging out with me. So have a good rest of your day, guys. Take care.